Okay, I'm Matthew Marshall. I live on a property called Nendari, which is 53 kilometres southwest of Springsure. We predominantly run a complete organic farm here, which ranges from cattle farming through to irrigation and dryland farming. We predominantly grow Limousin infused cattle here, take them through to finish most of the time, depending on the season. We cross the limo bulls with the crossbred cows and get their progeny through to sort of 24 months of age, and then if the seasons are tough and we don't have an oats crop or some sort of pasture crop to finish the cattle on, we rely on the silage and a ration in a paddock fed situation where we can get them up to sort of over that 300 dress mark for sales. How I got to know AgSolutions in Gary was when we started to feed cattle organically was probably the first thing. I did a lot of research and was looking for a mineral additive that I could put with our silage mix that would maintain cattle health while they're on feed. And we found the MegaMin, the straight mineral blend was the one that we started to use. We've been using it now for probably the guts of 4 years. I think we've been using it about 15 to 20 kilos per tonne in our mix. And to be honest, we haven't had a sick animal, we haven't had a death or fatality. So when we induct our weaners, when they come off mum, we put them in the yard and we process them, and then we put them onto more of a hay ration at the start. Not for too long, because they generally can handle a fair bit of good tucker, so we put them onto silage reasonably quick, and we run the mineral in that silage, and we find that, you know, those weaners have done anywhere from sort of 0.2 to 0.3 a day increase over, say, a 5-week wean period, which is quite long for weaning, but we feel that we can feed them for that long, and because they're going ahead, they actually return to the paddock in a pretty good condition and nice and settled, and probably more so works good with us just due to the mixed farming operation. That 5-week window is we don't have a hell of a lot of time during the day to deal with them, so yeah, we give them a bit of a run in the morning, or it might be the afternoon, and then we put them back in their paddock on their feed, and because you're in their face feeding them every day, they quieten down considerably well anyway. And that's a sort of animal that once you return it to the paddock, you can drive around to a water spot or whatever, and they sort of just sit up and look at you. They're not interested to run away, so we feel that it works well for us. So another thing AgSolutions do for us is we do all our rations through Gary, and probably the hardest one to always balance is the dry matter component of the silage. Due to what we cut through the different years, is in the pit there's different sort of levels that you reach when you're taking it out. So every time you reach a different sort of cut in the pit, we sort of bag it, send it away, get a feed test done, and we shoot it to Gary, and he can recalculate our ration so that it doesn't actually ever change. It sort of maintains, rather than there be an issue where there's, say, too much silage or not enough straw, or vice versa. It's just more of a balancing act, and while ever we've kept the ration neutral or right, we've never had an issue.